大丈夫。イエーイイエーイイエーイ。
抹茶ラテです。
Your mom is gonna answer some questions. 皆さんこんにちは。
こんにちは。皆さんこんにちは。ゆいです。ゾイです。
ジャックです。
前回は皆さんお祝いのメッセージと質問を送ってくださってありがとうございます。YouTube で50件くらいとインスタのね質問ボックスの方でもね60件ぐらいかな、結構たくさんね質問が来たので、ちょっと全部答えきれるかわからないんですけど、質問にね答えていきたいと思います。今日は、2人でね答えれるものを、答えようと思います。で、私だけの質問は、次回のね、動画で答えようかなと思いますので、大体ね質問が子育て関係と、アメリカの暮らしとか、それとあと夫婦のことと、アメリカに関しての質問が多かったので、今日はその辺をね、答えていきたいと思います。Alright, we're gonna answer as many questions as we can answer today.A
lot of questions. ね、ありがとう。
ありがとうございます。ということでね、今から答えていきたいと思います。Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's get started! Your family only speak English. And I was so embarrassed that I didn't want to see you again.
Absolute nonsense. It's not very exclusionary. Question number 1. Has anything changed in our lifestyle since Zoe was born? Everything.
We were like very active. Like we used to do like go out and like go work out or go hiking, camping. It's a weekend, let's go do something. Yeah, kind of couple. But now it's not that easy to plan and like you have to carry like 5 times more things.I
do think one thing to add though is like it's starting to trend back towards like being able to be more active.
Yeah, like after like 6 months or something. When those were like a really little, it was like hard to just go grocery shopping. But now it's a little bit easier. She's getting more independent. Like.
But I guess the other thing to say though is just everything's better.Life is just so much more rich with her in it. She just makes everybody happy all the time. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's unexpected and it's amazing. ありがとうね。ありがとう、ゾウちゃん。ありがとう。ありがとう。Next question is, do you want Zoe to become bilingual?
Yeah, very deeply.And
the main reason is that your family only speak English and my family only speak Japanese. So just to have like a good relationship with like everybody in the family, Zoe needs to speak both languages. And like it'll be really nice if she like can write and read. But we're gonna try. But I think as long as she can speak and communicate.Then it'll be okay.
And she definitely has to read and write in English.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Think about it, when you Google things online, do you do it in Japanese or do you do it in English? Like English is just so much more generally useful, so she needs to learn it. I personally don't care if she learns to read and write Japanese, but I'm sure Yui will make sure it happens anyway.
Yeah, we'll try. If you guys are parents out there who are experienced bilingual parents, then please give us tips. So that this question is kind of related to the last question. Do we speak English or Japanese to Zoe?
I could do better, but our rule is that we try to do only Japanese with her, especially at home. We just kind of expect that she'll learn English outside of the house, so we want to make sure she learns Japanese inside the house.
We are trying to do like a lot of Japanese in the house. I try to only speak to her in Japanese, and Jackson tried to do as much as he can. We tried to show her only Japanese TV shows. It's a little bit hard, honestly, like because I don't want to exclude you from our conversation. Even though it's like what it's supposed to do, I just feel kind of bad.
Yeah, I need to work on that. Yui's brother Gen recently started teaching some other people some Japanese lessons. I need to become his next student.
Yeah.
The next question is, does Zoe speak yet? And if so, what was her first word? I don't know. Yeah, it's debatable. She definitely says dada, and that was her first word by a long shot.
Yeah.
She said it first to me because I was trying to teach her, but then everything was dada, and a lot of things are still dada. So I don't know if she knows what it is.
She knows that you are one of them.
Yeah.
But there are many dadas out there. Don't worry.
She has like said ine like perfectly a bunch of times. But I don't think she's doing it on purpose, but it sounds perfect. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. She also kind of started to get high. She even says like this action and すーちゃん hi.
Hi.
Yeah. George, do you have any rules about parenting? If so, what are those?
We've definitely like talked about a bunch of stuff, but not very many of them like come into play yet.
Yeah, I know one thing that we have definitely.
What's that?
We try not to encourage like a bad behavior, and then we try to encourage like a really good behavior. So when she does like things that we are trying hard to learn, and then we cheer like crazy, like yay, yay! She's like, what did I do? And when she does something that we don't want her to do, she is kind of sleep trained. We put her down for a nap and she's still crying and she just wants to be nursed or picked up. We don't really pick her up. We just let her cry, because if we pick her up while she's crying, then she's gonna think that crying will help her to get what she wants. So she's like keep crying, and we just try to find like a short time where she kind of stops crying and wait a little bit and then pick her up, so she doesn't like remember that she was crying and then got what she wants.
I think one more thing that hasn't really come into play yet is that like I'm afraid that when Zoe actually needs discipline, that Yui's not really gonna be there for that. She's too friendly and too nice. So I want it to be an even split of we both do discipline and not just have one of us being the disciplinarian. It's a huge imbalance in us because I'm very disciplinary and she's not at all. And I don't want her to associate me with only being the bad guy.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll try. Alright, the last question about taking care of a baby is that taking care of a baby in multicultural environment is hard.
Definitely.
Definitely the language is something that is a little bit hard. I'm trying to do as many like events as possible for both cultures, so that's kind of keeps me busy a little bit. Why did you guys decide to move back to the States? Was there a time limit?
Yeah. So we wanted to move there to live closer to Yui's family.
Move to Japan?
Yeah. We always planned it as a 3-year time limit. So we came back.
The reason why it was 3 years was I have a green card. So being out of the United States while holding a green card is a little bit risky. If you have a good reason, they might like let you
live abroad and keep your green card status.
Yeah, but you never know. It's kind of like depends on the immigration agent too when you come in. Like there's no for sure thing. Like there is information on website, but it's not always true. Like you never know. But if you're gonna do it, just do your research.
Okay, the next question is, why did you guys decide to settle down in the US and not Japan? In our life, Yui drives the car and I'm just along for the ride, and that's how I like it. And
No, that's not true. I decide the destination and then you drive the car. You do the daily stuff, like operation. And I do the big thing, like a management.
Okay, so in our life, I'm the chauffeur. But no, really, we did what Yui wanted to do. The way that I understand it is she loves Japan, but she likes the culture here a little bit more, where it's
open and accepting and free.
Yeah. Next question is, do you plan on staying in Arizona for the rest of your life?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think we made a good decision coming here. Like after we live in Japan for a little bit, just like settling down in a place where we know someone was a good idea. But I thought it was gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, not to get too much into it, but I don't know where anywhere is cheaper anymore.
Oh, like I look up, Texas is like a lot cheaper.
We thought that cost of living would be cheaper in Arizona, and it's not. We're not huge fans of the weather. The summer was really hot, and then winter's been nice, but Yui's been hit with allergies really hard, so made it hard to enjoy. But we're here for a while still.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be running off anytime soon, but I don't think we're gonna retire and spend the rest of our lives here. To lump it in, I guess, the next question is, do you ever plan on moving back to Japan? I don't think we know yet, but
We think about it.
Yeah.
It's not a no-no, and I think it's like more like 50-50.
yeah. I think that there's like 4 or 5 different places that we've considered for going to next, and Japan is definitely on the list. I say back to Shizuoka, I liked it a lot, but Yui kind of wants to live.
Maybe Yokohama or something like by the ocean.
On to the marriage question. How did you guys meet?
I think we talked about it in the last Q&A too. We met at a Panera Blend. It's a bakery cafe chain.
Yeah. We were both just new to San Diego. She was a foreign exchange student, fresh off of the plane, still trying to learn English. And I had just moved down there after graduating college, and I was looking to meet some new people. And so she used me to learn English. And we just kind of started meeting up more and more. And the first time I met her, I just sat down and like started trying to like say hi and stuff, and she was like super quiet, and I almost left because I'm like, okay, she does not want me to talk to her. Then I like slowly realized that she just was very nervous about using English, and once I was shown to be a nice enough person that I wasn't gonna be angry at her for not knowing it, she started trying to have a conversation with me, and it was really nice.
So on that day, I was eating salad. You pointed out that I have a salad on my juice. And I was so embarrassed that I didn't want to see you again.
Next question is, was Jackson interested in Asian girls before he met Yui, and why did you decide to marry an Asian girl? I don't know. I think Asian girls are very pretty, but it didn't factor into who I was gonna marry or anything like that. It might have factored into why I went up and talked to her. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it has any effect on anything, just I thought she was pretty, and then what made me want to marry her was just her personality and how nice and kind she was, so. Her Asianness had no effect on whether I wanted to marry her or not.
Yeah. My personality comes from my Asianness too, so.
That could be true. And I didn't understand that at the time either. Like, I didn't really get that until I started meeting more and more Japanese people. I wasn't culturally enlightened enough to understand that.
But definitely I think like, even if you are not popular in Japan, I think you might have a bigger chance here. Cause like the fish tank is bigger.
There's more fish in the sea.
Yeah.
Next question is, how do you keep your relationship with your partner healthy? It's not the most like glamorous tip, but absolutely number one for me is just people need to sleep. We only fight when one of us is cranky. Like, if both of us are sleeping well, then we won't fight. So.
Yeah. There was a question about like, do you guys fight? I think yes, we do fight. Yeah, a lot of times I think it's because of like because of like a different factor, like not the actual thing that we are fighting about. So, and I didn't know that until I met you, and then you kept telling me that, but I didn't understand that until like I think 2 years ago. And knowing that it's not because of the thing that you're arguing about, it's probably because of your physical state or your mental state. To see it that way, it gives you like a completely different perspective. It makes you feel better. You don't have to figure it out. It's totally nothing. It's like the escape route that you can find.
I don't know if it's a common saying in Japan too, but there's a common saying in the US that says like never go to bed angry. Absolute nonsense. Go to bed, talk in the morning, everything will be so much easier.
Yeah.
There is a lot to be said that like we just have a very good base to work off of. Like if we had fundamental problems, like sleep isn't gonna fix that, but the way that me and Yui's relationship works, we just gotta focus on sleep.
Yeah, so just the basic is that we believe each other, we trust each other because we don't lie to each other.
I think one more rule that we go by is that like we never do anything to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
And sometimes we say something that was interpreted incorrectly, and we both just try to remember they did not mean to hurt me. What they said, they hurt me on accident, and even though it's still hard sometimes, that really helps a lot. It's been a while since you guys got married. How does your marriage compare to the beginning?
It's better.
Better?
No?
No, you're right. I think a lot of that stuff that we just talked about with like how to keep a relationship healthy, I think we kind of had to learn over the years.
Yeah.
So.
Like today is saying like I love you more and more every day. That's like actually true. Like, I love you more now than I loved you 10 years ago. I know you more, and I know more things about you that I love you for.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Alright, next question is, what is the hardest thing about being in an international marriage?
Hardest thing, probably distance. How far your families are. If you're with one side of the family, the other family is so far away. Since we love like each other's family a lot, it just kind of hurts to be so far away from one side.
In the same vein, for me, it's like a language barrier between myself and some of her family members too. But another one is we just like have different cultural backgrounds. Sometimes little nuances in communication like get missed, and how one person would like to be communicated with is different than how somebody's communicating. And it kind of goes back to the rule that we had to develop, like, I'm not ever trying to hurt you. Like, it's not something I'll do. So if you feel that I've communicated in a way that feels like I'm trying to attack you, it's just like, it's not true, and we'll just talk about it.
I always have to remind myself that this is what I grew up being used to, and it's different, but okay, think about it. Is it that bad? It's not. So
I can work on that. Next question is, what are the chore assignments in the house, and how did you guys decide? I have a much stricter idea of when and how well chores should be done. We've had a lot of trouble with like agreeing on how we should do chores in the past, but Yui just like basically said, when we get to the US again, you're working full time and I'm gonna make sure that the house runs perfectly. And due to our past history, I was very skeptical, but she's knocked it out of the park. She's doing amazing. So I help out with the chores when and where I can, but Yui takes full responsibility for making sure everything gets done. So. What are the rules in the Miller family?
what is it?
I don't know, we've kind of like already talked about a bunch of them.
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Remember that neither one of us are ever trying to hurt each other. Take care of our things. Get your chores done. Personal questions category. How tall are you?
I am 4'11", 152 centimeters.
I'm 5'8". That's this many centimeters. Next question is, what do Jackson and Yui do for work?
I'm a stay-home mom / YouTuber.
She only just recently decided she would take the title of YouTuber when she got over 10,000 subscribers. And I am a software developer.
Which is self-taught, and it's incredible.
Self-taught software developer.
Next question is, what's Jackson's favorite Japanese food?
Gyoza. I like a lot of Japanese food, but
Gyoza's up there, tempura's up there.
Anything deep fried. No okra, no natto. Nothing slimy. Alright, next question is, what do you do to release stress?
Exercise? Regular exercises.
For me, I just need some alone time when I'm stressed out. Quiet time to recover. Usually is like watching a TV show or something like that. Yui has learned that, knows how to take care of a Jackson now. When she sees that I'm stressed out, she tries to give me some space. Yeah, I guess the other thing that Yui does for me is she starts cleaning the house for me when she really needs me to feel better.
Yeah.
That works. Next question is, have you ever been to Colorado?
No, but we want to.
I've been to Colorado.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I had a really long layover in Denver one time, and so I left the airport and went and wandered around Denver for a day.
I think we thought about moving there too. Like that was one of the options that we had, but we don't have anybody there, so my family or friends.
Next question is, show your recent best photos. Yui's gonna take care of that.
Jackson, Yui, and Zoe.
When are you coming to visit Zozo's Nana? That must be for my mom.
I think summer. I've never been to Spokane in summer, so I think that'll be nice to go there.
Yeah. I grew up climbing outside near Spokane, and there's this area that I wanted to go to for a long time, and I want to take Yui, so we gotta get on our climbing, get in shape, and go to Spokane for the summer, go outdoor climbing. Oh, and of course we're going to visit Zozo's Nana. Next question, what surprised you recently?
Oh, this question is from my friend actually. She was saying in the comment, I was driving home for about 30 minutes, and when she got home, she realized she had a cup of drink on top of the car.
It stayed the whole time?
I guess so.
Smooth driving, doesn't it? I don't know. Zoe surprises me every day. Whether she's learning to stand on her own, or walking, or running, or...
So when she was 9 months old, like the whole month, she learned to walk, she learned to do hi, she kind of started to say mama, so she can wave now, bye-bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the one that surprised me. Zoe-chan, should I? She's not gonna share the food. Anyway, the other day I just tried it for the first time, and she just handed whatever she had over, and she's done it perfectly ever since. What do your family members think about doing YouTube?
I think everybody's been enjoying it, like just especially being able to watch us, being a part of it. Sometimes they don't want to be, and I would try to like ask everybody if they're comfortable being in the video like at that time. Even to you, like I always make sure that you are comfortable being in the video right now or something like that, because I don't want like to make people uncomfortable for what I do, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's two things. One, like, Yui makes it easy because she's incredibly respectful of what everybody wants and what they don't want. And then two, I think the overarching idea is just like really impressed. Like everybody is in awe that Yui's channel gets so many views and so many subscribers and so many comments. And so thank you all for that.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Alright, next question is, how is the COVID situation in Arizona?
It's everywhere, and I don't know, I wouldn't say like it's bad, honestly. It's everywhere, but it's kind of normal now.
Yeah, there's a pretty high vaccination rate, especially among our friends and family, so nobody's too concerned with it. But unfortunately, we actually did get it. It wasn't too bad. I think Yui was very worried about Zoe. I think that was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, so all of us in this house got it, and I just was sick for like about a week or two, but it was just kind of like flu-like symptoms.
And Zoe barely had like a tiny cough and a little bit of a fever.
Yeah, I was very worried, but she was fine. So.
Alright, your next question is, what would you choose for your last meal?
Last meal, I think ice cream.
For me, it would be this pizza place that we went to in Brooklyn one time. It was freaking delicious.
I'll just eat with you.
Alright, next question is, how is Gen doing?
Gen! How are you doing?
You want to come answer on camera?
No, I just woke up.
Alright.
So this is more like a general questions that we might know the answer of.
Alright, first question is, having nice teeth important in America?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I'd say the majority of people end up getting like braces and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's not important to other people, but I think most people are more self-conscious about their own teeth than other people's teeth bother them. But
I think it's funny, like the Love Island or like those TV shows that's like, what do you call the reality love
garbage TV shows.
stuff. In Japan, people would say like you have big, pretty eyes or skinny, slim, slender, nice body. But I feel like in like American or British culture, they say like you have nice teeth, and that's not something that we usually say in Japan. So that's like shows how important having a nice teeth.
Alright, next question is, who is the most trendy actor right now? Which TV shows are popular right now?
We are not a very trendy people.
I like the new Star Wars stuff, and I think it is trendy.
Is it?
Nerd culture
Nerd
is
is trendy.
having a renaissance.
Oh, nerd is like new cool.
Yeah, nerdy is the new cool. As far as actors, I'm not trendy enough to know. I do know this one thing, that Zendaya, is that her
I
name?
was gonna say.
Zendaya, I know her because she's Mary
Spider-Man.
Jane in Spider-Man. She has a new Netflix show that everybody's talking about that deals with like some very adult topics, and some people think that it portrays drug use as too positively.
You know the name of the show?
Something.
This one.
I don't know, I didn't watch it, but everybody's talking about it. Next question is, are there any popular sweets in the US? Anything that is sweet is popular in the US.
I don't know. I feel like I used to be so on top of it. Lately, I haven't been out. But actually today I'm going to a sweets festival, so I might know today.
Next question is, are there any Japanese misconceptions about American culture that you know of? I'm always surprised by like how surprised Japanese people are about people taking their shoes off in America. It's not 100% that people wear shoes in the house. Like the custom is to ask, do you guys take shoes off or not? And then follow that rule. And even if they say it's fine, you don't need to, most people will still take their shoes off before going to somebody's house.
How expensive is American housing and daily expenses compared to Japan?
Obviously depends on where you live, but between Shizuoka and Phoenix, I think it's pretty similar, but one thing that I think is cheaper in Japan is eating out at restaurants. We tip here in America, so the prices are higher on the menu, and then on top of that we tip 20% or something like that, so it's just a lot more expensive to eat out.
Yeah, I think we are paying about double here for the food expense, but you get paid more in the States too. So I wouldn't say like it's twice as expensive to live here because the whole thing is brought up. If you're getting paid in Japan and living here, that'll probably be pretty hard for you. But if you're getting paid here and living here, it'll probably be about the same, except eating out is kind of more expensive.
Next question is, what kind of housing is common in Arizona?
Where we live is more of a residential area, so there are a lot of houses. I don't like the look of the houses around this area.
Me either.
It's like tan, kind of same look everywhere. It's probably because of the heat. Yeah, like the weather.
They all have big giant air conditioners sticking off somewhere because you need it. I think another thing that I don't like about Arizona houses is like they're all one story.
Yeah.
I think when they built a lot of the houses here, we're loudy. I think when they built a lot of the houses here, like land was so cheap that it didn't make sense to build 2-story houses because you could just build a wider house. But I think it's more interesting to have a layered multi-story house.
We like the high ceiling, like a loft look, and it's kind of not a popular thing here. So.
I think not liking the aesthetics of the houses is one of the reasons that we don't really plan on staying in Phoenix forever.
Yeah.
When we went to our trip to Texas to visit my sister, Yui fell in love with the houses there, old brick houses.
Yeah, brick houses. So pretty.
Next question is kind of long. I hear that American sushi is, well, let's say it nicely, not very good compared to Japan. Is this true?
I would say it's just completely different. Like if we say sushi here, it's this thing. And if we say sushi in Japan, it's this thing. So
American sushi is better.
I think it's just completely a different thing. I like Japanese sushi better.
Final question. Do Americans like girls with longer hair more than girls with shorter hair? I don't know. I think going back to what we said before, like America has a lot of different cultures and a lot of different opinions. I think that's one of the things that Yui loves the most about America is that everybody can find their people. It's not very exclusionary. Me personally, I like longer hair.
I would say like sticking to your preference is probably the best thing you could do for yourself. But if your like main goal is to get a boyfriend in America, then I'll probably recommend going for long hair. It's probably easier. If it's not comfortable for you, then don't do it.
Girls can also look very cute with short hair, though.
This is what I did, honestly. Is I really liked Jackson. I wanted him to become mine. So I did everything I could to change myself to something that he likes more. And once we are together, then just be you. Because he's already into you.
Hair isn't unimportant though. Like, I never met Yui like this, but I've seen pictures of just before we met. And she has the hairstyle that I called her coconut hair. And I honestly think if she had that hairstyle when we met, I might not have went to talk to her.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it for answering questions with both of us in it. And I'm gonna answer the rest of questions by myself in the next video. Thank you so much for watching our video today. And if you like the video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed, we are coming up with more blog style videos in the future, and I'm gonna do like a Zoe life in the day video soon too. So if you want to watch that, stay tuned. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.